You're never gonna guess what has been going on.
I'm guessing it blew it down the hill and the jungle grew up around it.
Don't touch it. Those will sting you bad. Good job, babe. That was impressive hard work. I'm impressed.
Mountaineer Matt.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today is an important day because we are deciding to kind of not fix up fully the old abandoned house, but we are going to remake it into what, Matt?
Well, we need to save it and use it for the best space that we can use it for like a multifunctional space. We just got on the land. It's still so new to us. We're not like structural engineers or anything like that. So we're going to give ourselves a chance to fall in love with the old structure and see really what we can do. Maybe it turns into a barn. Maybe it turns into a pig pen. Maybe it turns into an art studio for me. You know, I'm one hell of a painter.
I didn't hear about this, guys, by the way. This is all news to me.
But I think what we can do is we need to really clean it out, really have a look at what we have. And then I'm thinking at a minimum, I can get some sort of makeshift roof on here and at least have a place to get the animals out of the weather if things get crazy, and get me out of the weather, and get my generator out of the weather, and someplace to put a washing machine. So
yeah, I think laundry. We got no laundry right now. There's no laundromats around here, so we got the river, the creek.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what this thing can do for us. But first things first, we got to get into it and really see what beauty can be held in an abandoned house. All right, so first thing I want to do is get this porch out of here. It's definitely dry rotted. I've eaten it on it a few times going in and out of this house where it's rotten, and I've fallen through the floor. Thank God I have my boots on. But yeah, let's get this porch out of here. Some tiles came off real easy. Kristen made short work of them with me. Not that we plan to save the tiles or do anything with them. We might. I'll look up on Google and see if they're antiques or anything like that. But mostly I just didn't want to break them up and bust them up because it turns into a big mess. So we have them nice, neat stacks. Somebody else might want them, but now we got to bust up this plywood because I know that that's just purely trash. I don't even think this can be composted or anything like that, but it's probably just going to end up in a burn pile.
Don't touch it. Those will sting you bad. That has a giant centipede, guys.
I think they bite. They got gnarly pinchers like right there. These big gnarly centipedes, I got a ton of them around, and I feel like I could feed them to the chicken, and I feel like every time I throw him something anyway, he rips the head off and he could defend himself anyway. But I don't know if they're just venomous or if they're poisonous. So any of my Puerto Rican chicken feeders know if I could feed that bad boy to my chicken. I'm not going to today. I'm gonna wait, but let me know. Are they venomous or are they poisonous? wood that was up underneath, framing out the deck, was protected pretty well. There's a little bit of moisture on each end, But these might work really well for trying to get a roof on this bad boy. That's a nice piece of lumber there. I'm sure that cost me $100 or something at the Home Depot. Alright guys, so I had to take a quick break from this heat, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to update you guys on what we're using to help power this RV. This RV runs on 120 volt and 12 volt. We have a small generator to help with the 120 volt, but to keep the 12 volt systems charged and running properly, we have a really cool new product that we've been working with. The 200 watt Bouge RV Yuma SIG solar panel. SIG technology is brand new to the solar panel market. One of the things we've really enjoyed about working with these panels is they're really easy to install, and they're super lightweight. This made it really easy for me when we were unloading them into the dinghy from the boat to bring them out to the RV and drive to the mountains. And they have two really cool ways to install. We got the peel and stick, basically just take the sticker off, roll it out, and sticks down. It works really well. Super simple that way. It follows the contours of everything really easily. But if you wanted to put them on fabric, say for like a boat bimini or something like that, you can order them with a grommet system where you can lash them down to fit on any sort of canvas system, any sort of hard top, even if you wanted to. Another great thing about them is that they're rollable and non-breakable, which is great because when you're installing them, you can crawl on them, you can step on them, you don't lose any of your workspace. When you're flopping them around, you can roll it up, you can work on a little end over here. With those big solid rigid panels, it gets a little tough reaching over to lash things down and stuff like that. It can become a nightmare. What's really cool about the SIG technology is that it makes the panels work really well in low light situations or in partially shadowed situations. Obviously on the boat, we have the mast, we have the mainsail, we have rigging. There's 100 different things on a boat that can shadow, so it's great that these panels still produce really well. And on the farm, as the sun moves across the land, you can get shadowing with tree branches as well, and obviously cloud cover here in the jungle, in the rainforest. So it's really good that these panels can perform when it's not 100% sunlight, or if you get a shadow or something like that. Awesome working with Bouge RV. They gave us a bunch of discount codes, which are in the description below. You're getting some percentages off if you buy. You're getting coupon codes. They're really great to work with, so go ahead and check them out if you're in the market for solar panels. So one side effect, one not so great thing about working in a rainforest is the showers do come in hard and fast, and we got soaked about halfway through, but it's fine. This will dry out in about 5 minutes in the morning. I got a few more shovels to do, and I'll say this room is pretty much clean.
never gonna guess what has been going on. Not only did Matt clean the other room out, so we got the whole house empty now. Now we can start putting things in it, our generator. We're gonna put our, what do you call that big water thing?
Cistern.
Our cistern in there. We're gonna get our washing machine up and running in there. Life is gonna turn around for us now that we got that cleaned. But that's not even the craziest thing. Let's go, let's show them what you found on the side of our mountain hill. What would you call this, a hill, mountain?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a mountain or a slope or a cliff. I think it's a gentle slope. I'm sure somebody out there knows the term for what this would be exactly, but I'm just gonna call it a side of a hill. So how we found out about this treasure is that I had run into a huge problem here where we had purchased this beautiful land and beautiful rivers and waterfalls, and I couldn't see them from the casa, from the trailer park. So there's all these vines and real thick vegetation that had basically blocked off the view of the water. So I said, I'll go down there, I'll pull those vines down, I'll start knocking down some of that brush on the hillside. And what I discovered when I was down there was the roof, what I think, I'm assuming, is the roof of the old house, the old aluminum panels. So Kristen said that they might have just torn it off and thrown it down there to torture me so that I have to drag it back up to reuse it, the old owners. And I said, that's probably a little far-fetched. Then I said it was probably a hurricane or something.
We don't know what could have happened.
It's probably a hurricane that blew it off. I'm guessing it blew it down the hill and the jungle grew up around it, but I want to get down there and see how much of it is salvageable, because those panels aren't a ton of money, but any dollar that I can save for chicken feed is a dollar that I need to save for chicken feed.
Good job, babe. That was impressive hard work. I'm impressed.
Mountaineer Matt. So that one was a little tough because I left two of them tied together. I thought it'd be easier to save me trips, but it was actually pretty difficult because I could only get them up part way or else they'd start sliding back down. So I had to like hold it, climb, hold it. It was kind of difficult. So I'm gonna go back down now. Those are the two best pieces. I'm gonna see what else I can salvage, but I might have to do that 5 or 6 more times, which is gonna, you know, my dad will be proud. He can't call me fat anymore after a couple more weeks. So I got a couple more up there. Before, a disclaimer, I know y'all don't like me doing hard stuff and pulling on things like my anchor chain and stuff like that, but I had to get this stuff up. I could have got a winch on my truck and got it to pull up there, but either way, even if I wasn't using this for the roof, I would have wanted to get it off the side of the hill to take away the trash and all that stuff. So forgive me, don't cuss me out in the comments and do all that craziness. I know there's a better, easier way to do it. It's just that these are free. Now that I got them up, I have to get my framing ready for the roof. I'm just gonna use the old rebar that came down to tie down a couple of beams, and then I'm gonna run it across. I don't have a surplus of lumber, so it's gonna be a little hodgepodge. Don't come at me. I'm not building a permanent roof. I'm not building a hurricane roof for this thing. So this is basically just a shade cover I'm making.
Does everyone like Matt's homemade ladder? Let's hope it withstands the time.
It'll withstand it. All right, so now that I got the front knocked out, something down and tied to, I'm going to put my cross beams in. I only got 2 of them, so I'm gonna set those up, and then
That you found from the bottom of the porch.
that I found from the bottom of the porch, and then I think I'm gonna be able to do bamboo for the other ones, so we'll see how it goes.
This is our roof. It's a little questionable. There was some holes in the metal. It's been a couple days now. Matt spilled some of those holes so it wouldn't come in the water so much. And if you can see behind us, he's also set up a lot of shelves. We're accumulating a good amount of tools to keep going with this giant project that we have jumped into. So we needed more storage. The RV doesn't have that great of storage for large dirty tools. So it's gonna be helpful. this area is now going to turn around and be a pretty helpful situation for us. It's going to be a laundry room. We're hopefully going to get a cistern up and running in here. And how do you feel about it? It's all your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we were trying to save this old abandoned habitat, but I feel like the old abandoned habitat ended up saving us. I have a lot of place to put all of my random accoutrements, fuel, saws, batteries, generators. So there was a lot of things that were kind of cluttering the front of the RV, and it was killing our peace. That clutter will steal your peace. So now we have a nice smooth area in front of the RV when we get in and out of the truck. When it's raining, we don't have to stomp the yard too much going over things. Everything's got a safe place to live, and I'm really, really happy about that. Is it ugly as sin? Yes, it is. This thing is hideous, but I'm going to say to have, it's 10 by, let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To have 80 square feet of covered space for $7. Only thing I had to pay for to do this was the screws. Everything else is repurposed and reused. So by the sweat of my brow, I saved them sweet dollars for the penny pincher supreme over here.
We decided to keep the kittens. They are all over the place. They are wild. We're taking care of them right now. We put them in a large area where they can't get scooped away from hooks at night, but they're getting bigger already. They're like double the size of when we first got them, but I know a lot of people were wondering if we kept the kittens, and we did. So hopefully they stick around. They are going to be outdoor kittens, so we can't promise they'll stick around forever, but as long as we feed them, I think they will.
I think they'll keep sticking around. They're running around down the mountain right now, but as soon as I open that gravy can for them, they're gonna come a running. So that's basically what we've been doing. Keeping them safe though, because right now they're still in that hawk food size. So we want to take care of them. Maybe when they get a little bit bigger, they'll be able to fend for themselves. There is a trio, so they should be able to gang up on any hawk and whip him. So it's good. We got our 3 kittens, and it's always good when you're working hard on the farm to have a little kitten time, you know, to unwind, hang out with your gal pal, and just play with
Dude, did you just call me a gal pal?
and just play with some kitties.
I'm your fiance, remember?
Fiance, gal pal, potato.
Gal pal's like a girl that's your friend.
Oh, okay. You ain't my friend.
I'm more than that. Guys, as you can tell, we have started to free range our chickens. We were really nervous at first. We didn't want to open the door and let them out because we were afraid they were just gonna run away, go in the street, get hit by a car, and never come back. But everyone told us it's okay, they don't go that far from where they get fed. So we did it. We risked it, and it's actually worked out just fine.
Well, this week I was working past couple days right here on the roof and on the house, so the old house. So I was here. I was close enough to watch the kittens. I was close enough to watch the chickens, make sure they didn't run off, so I could check on them every couple minutes, every half hour or so. And the chickens did stick pretty well right around here. They actually like going under the RV, which has me worried because if they're liking to go under there to hunt, means bugs are starting to run up under there. And now that the chickens are acclimated, I don't want to spray it with a bunch of pesticides or something, so we're going to have to fumigate from the inside of the house if the bugs get bad. But yeah, they're hanging out under there, they're running around. They did kind of pick at the pumpkin patch.
I planted some pumpkin seeds and they were trying to pick at it, but so far everything's fine. I can always put a fence up around there, but we're moving right along, guys. We're moving forward. Things are happening. We got a lot of projects coming up, so make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.